all viewers and our guest for the day, Mr. Chandrakant Salunke. We are having our talk show today. This is on the growth opportunities for young MSMEs. I am Dev Narayanan. I head the business operations at TCS Ion Digital Manufacturing. And on behalf of TCS Ion Direct Academy channel, I welcome all of you to this webinar. And as I mentioned, we will be discussing on the growth opportunities for young MSMEs. So allow me to give me an overview of the discussion that we're going to have today. Micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, they have always played a vital role in the Indian economy. Not only do the 6.3 crore MSMEs in India contribute to the 1/3 of the country's GDP, but also they provide employment to a large segment of the population, particularly to the informal sector. Also, in a country like India, where manufacturing as well as services sectors thrive, MSMEs have always offered competitive products and services as compared to the imported ones. With the current emphasis on Atmanirbhar initiated by the government, the MSMEs have become even more significant to our economic and our financial strategy. The fact that MSMEs contribute about 55 to 60% of GDP of say countries like Germany and China, it is a clear indication that we still have a long way to go in our MSME journey. So in order to understand more about the business and the growth opportunities for this sector, the MSMEs, and for the young budding entrepreneurs who are coming up, we have invited Mr. Chandrakant Salunke. He is a founder and president of SME Chamber of India and Federation of Indian SME Associations. We have invited him as our special guest today. And just to give a quick introduction of Mr. Salunke, Mr. Chandrakant Salunke is the founder and president of SME Chamber of India. He was the founder promoter of Macro Group of companies in the year 1991 in Mumbai. The group is involved in manufacturing, packaging, exports, distributorship and marketing of capital goods, industrial products and processed foods, as well as in IT, information technology, branding, international promotions and business promotional activities. Mr. Salunke has also founded various organizations to support SMEs, young entrepreneurs, and startups for business growth, export opportunities, business education and knowledge, and capacity building, then interface with policy makers, channelize finance and investment, and joint ventures, technology transfers, and setting up industries. He has been in the forefront to resolve the issues and problems of SMEs and provide suggestions and recommendations to various government agencies for policy change and policy implementation. Earlier, he was a founder of SME Business Forum and SMEtalks.com. He was also the founder of founder and president of SME Export Promotion Council, Startups Council of India, Maharashtra Industrial and Economic Development Association. So very illustrious and accomplished guest we have today, Mr. Chandrakant Salunke. Welcome you to our show, sir. We are honored and privileged to have you today in our show.
Thank you very much.
Right. So to get started, would like to request Salunke ji to throw some light on some of the things. So to start, my first question, sir, is if you can kindly throw some light on the SME Chamber of India and how it works in promoting entrepreneurship in India.
Okay. Friends, good afternoon. It's my immense pleasure to sharing the platform of the TCS Ion and to share my thoughts also for the perspective and for the benefit of the SME entrepreneurs and the young entrepreneurs, especially startups. Today's scenario is very, very different. After globalization, there is an impact on the SMEs because of the coronavirus. And therefore, when the globalization started, 1991, we have started. We have decided to how we can empower and integrate the SME sector or MSME sector or small industries together. So therefore, from 1991 to 1992 to 93, we were on a discussion point. And exactly, I remember the date. I think 1st January 1993, we had decided to set up one chamber for the Mumbai region only, for a small entrepreneurs. So during that time, we have started the Small and Medium Business Development Chamber of India, particularly chamber for the Maharashtra. Then ultimately, we have decided to convert this into Mumbai into state and state into national, up to 2000, around say 1999. So this is the birth of the SME Chamber of India. The intention to set up this organization to support MSMEs, to integrate MSMEs, to provide value addition services, provide knowledge, education, and hand holding for a better business growth, sustainable, better business growth, profitable business growth, and mostly how to survive in a difficult situation. That is a lesson, that is the education we are giving to SME sector. Friends, another very interesting, the initiative taken by us, that is that how we can, convert tiny entrepreneur to small entrepreneur to medium, mid-size entrepreneurship, and mid-size company to in a emerging enterprise, and of course emerging enterprise convert into the corporate. So this is the journey of MSMEs. Particularly, we want to see and we want to support them for a better growth. Now today's subject, how we can support the young MSMEs. See, young MSMEs definition, we can now we can discuss that. Young MSMEs are tiny or small entrepreneurs or a micro entrepreneur who have started business like 1 or 2, 3 years ago. In that, tiny entrepreneurs converted his business into small business. That is also young business. Even small business converted into, diverted into their business or particularly enhance their growth or turnover and came in a mid-sized industry. They are also young. And of course, the medium-sized industries also, when they cross the limit of 100 crores to up to 200 crores, they become a young medium-sized industry. So we have to suggest, we have to give a hand holding to all these young enterprises, because this is the right time to understand the need of power and how we can support them for a better business growth. We know that a lot of SMEs are closed down in this pandemic. Many SMEs are facing problems. But nevertheless, we will discuss in next session that how we can support, how we can, revive them, how they can restart them. So SME Chamber of India is working for last 28 years, and we are supporting SMEs for a better business growth, international cooperation, channelizing funding, channelizing investment, supporting them to find out affordable, advanced, and patented technology for productivity, for better productivity, quality productivity, and better services. So I'm sure that SME sector, those are listening today, those entrepreneurs, those are small entrepreneurs, tiny entrepreneurs, or medium-sized entrepreneurs, and they are looking for a better growth. They can associate with the chamber. They can take advantage of the SME Chamber of India support services, and they can come on the platform not only just for a business growth, but they can get a connectivity. They can resolve their issues and problems through us, because SME Chamber of India works like a service center, advisory support center, where you can come, you can bring your solution, you can bring your issue, you can go with a smiling face when you go to your factory or business. So welcome all the participants, and I'm sure that all of you will be happy to associate with us for your future plan. Thank you.
Right, sir. Thanks so much for your introductory remarks. And most significant thing, Chandrakantji, is that for 3 decades you've been active in the SME sector, and that invaluable experience and your expertise, I think, will be a help. And you also talked about how from micro, the journey towards small industry, and then from small to large, and then to corporate, how you are helping the organizations in this. So I think That's very this thing. So my as a next step, Mr. Salunka, my next question is: what are the in the current scenario? What are the challenges faced by the micro and small and medium enterprises, and how do you think we can mitigate or remove these challenges for them?
See, every businesses are facing different types of challenges or of issues or other hurdles also.
Absolutely.
Any small entrepreneur from the rural area, he is in difficult for a finance, particularly finding new market. Any manufacturer from the any part of India, they will be facing problem for particularly for raw material, skill manpower, connectivity. And third will be most important thing is finding a new ideas, new technology, advanced technology, because MSME sector, other I can talk about the micro, tiny and small sector are having limited connectivity, limited knowledge, limited support or limited hand-holding. But nevertheless, the chamber like us, chamber like SME Chamber of India are not giving importance on the Mumbai, Pune or metro cities, but we are supporting the rural area.
Right.
Those entrepreneurs listening and those entrepreneurs are going to listen after our program, the recording. I suggest those entrepreneurs are interested to associate with us from the rural area. They can, knock the door anytime. Particularly the challenges are, finance, finding a new business opportunity, export promotion, advanced technology, affordable technology, and mostly the challenges are having for SME sector the skill manpower, because mostly the skill manpower generated by the MSME sector, because MSME sector is a training institute.
Correct,
they appoint unskilled person to a making skilled person. They go to the large corporate or a medium size or a mid size corporate. So similarly, the challenges are there many. But if we understand the proper challenges or proper issues of any SME sector, we can provide a solution. How the TCS is providing the business solutions, smart business solutions,
right,
or technological support to various industries or businesses. So that also we can provide from SME point of view. But nevertheless, challenges are there. Through the challenges, every entrepreneur learning some new lesson. And this is the challenges definitely will empower you or strengthen you to face another challenge or to resolve your challenge. So friends, don't worry about during the challenges or during your difficult time. You come out from the challenge and definitely you will be the successful entrepreneur in the future.
Right, sir. In addition to saying what are the different types of challenges like skilled manpower, funding and all that, you also talked about how you are helping and empowering the rural sector, the MSMEs in the rural sector. I think that's a very significant thing, because that is a large part of the country and they also need to be uplifted. So I think that's really wonderful to hear. The next question, Chandrakantji, is in terms of the growth and maximizing the profit. So from your wide experience and knowledge that you have, if you can share your thoughts on how entrepreneurs and MSMEs, they can keep down their costs and maximize their profit. I'm sure that advice or those tips will be very valuable for MSMEs. How to keep down the cost and maximize on their profit.
First of all, let me clarify the setup of MSME sector. Say for example, tiny, micro or small industries. They do not have the system to keep the stock in their business, stock in the factory or office or anywhere.
Yes.
Or warehouse. Because whenever they need any stock or any raw material, semi-finished good or finished good, they buy from market to the high cost. And mostly the MSMEs are not getting the raw material supply on a credit, because they have to buy cash. So they have to invest for first of all the buying a raw material or a semi-finished good or whatever, the capital goods or whatever it may be. Therefore, they lose first intent that profit on that buying, because cash purchase is always best if you are buying on a credit, because cash purchase they give you discount. But somehow because their quantity and the requirement is very less, so they are not getting a proper profit or saving the money on that cash purchase. Second part is that, when they supply to large corporate, mid corporate, or any SME, they decide the terms. They decide terms for the payment, a receivable payment. Okay.
Correct.
They decide 45 days, 30 days, but it goes to 90 days to 120 days. So ultimately, they have to pay interest on whatever the amount they have taken from the bank for buying a raw material and selling the finished goods. That process, it takes around 30 days, 15 days, or 20 days, whatever will depend on the product. And when they submit or when supply to any large corporate, it takes a long time. They are losing the profitability. Third very important point now, look at for example, live example in during pandemic. Look at the petrochemical prices. Look at the raw material prices. Supply chain manager total disturb. Transportation is also disturbed because of the high price of the petrol and diesel. Most importantly, the skilled manpower. You look at the skilled manpower already left from the city or the rural area or whatever the areas they are working. They gone to their hometown. So lack of the employment is also there. So therefore, MSME sector facing a lot problem for the making more profitability, making more profit from that business. First of all, costly raw material. Second, high cost of the manpower. And third, when they buy a product, when they buy a raw material, that time they have to pay more money. And most importantly, trade receivable. Trade receivable is delayed by any large corporate or anyone, then they face a big problem for getting that money. So ultimately, the profitability is now very much less. It is not increasing for last 2 years, and therefore most of the MSMEs cannot achieve the target growth. They can't achieve the more profitability according to the project report given to the banks. When they approach any bank, they have to give projected report, projected balance sheet. So therefore, they are facing problems. So ultimately, currently, there is a huge issue for the profitability. So we are educating MSME sector how they can enhance the profits, how they enhance their more business activity, how they can connect with the suppliers, how they can get the supply on time. These are the issues we are taking care, and then definitely we will come out very soon, because of this pandemic has given a lot of lessons to MSME sector.
Right. I think you put it very right, because this is the last year or 2 years has been very challenging. So SMEs are trying to stabilize themselves, find their feet, and get their business going. And of course, the focus on profitability and all has to come. But as you rightly said, the situation is not very conducive for the profitability. But I think if they are able to survive this phase, and then I think the future is there. So I think very well put. Now, sir, let me turn the focus on the government schemes and initiatives. There have been a lot of government schemes and initiatives, particularly for funding and other support. And SME Chamber of India also has been in the forefront to support these SMEs. So what are these, if you can throw some light on the schemes and support and other initiatives which SME Chamber has also taken for the SMEs, sir?
During 1997, when Mr. Prakash Nimbalkar was the chairman of the SIDBI Bank, that time I was one of the advisory board member of that SIDBI. And during that time, we have suggested the SIDBI that why not SIDBI as a financial institution come out with some platform where MSME, micro or small industries can avail the services of the funding from the banks. But we are aware that most of the MSME doesn't have a collateral. They can't give their collateral as a house, factory, industrial land, or any other third party, because they don't have the people are not keeping faith on the small entrepreneurs or the medium-sized tiny entrepreneurs. So therefore, there is a huge gap between banking and financial services and the MSME sector. So 1997, Mr. Nimbalkar took the initiative and brought out the collateral free loan for rupees 25 lakhs. Completely collateral free loan to micro, small industries, 25 lakhs. After that, slowly it is converted into 50 lakhs. then it is converted into 1 crore. And now at present, there is a collateral free available up to 2 crore for manufacturing industry, exports, service sector, even some trading business is also included in that. Consultancy business is also included in that. So I suggest my friends, those are looking to enhance their business, those are looking to start their business, and those are looking to utilize the support services made available by the bank or government, then they can approach any nationalized bank. There are at least I think 180 financial institutions are a member of the SIDBI for providing collateral fee loan up to 2 crore. Because
Right.
if you have taken a collateral loan against collateral loan, you can also avail this collateral fee loan for a other business, or additional business. So this
Right.
is the facility created by us. Or rather, I have done advocacy for this purpose, and therefore
Right.
we brought out this one. Now coming back to the point, we are talking only micro, tiny, and small. But what about the medium-sized industries?
Right.
In small, also higher level industries. See,
Yes.
my chamber and myself is on a forefront for the connectivity with the bankers and the MSME sector for a long time. Okay? When Mr. C. Rangarajan was a governor of RBI, from during that time onwards, I am in touch with the RBI regularly for policy, for creating some platform for the enhancement of the credit facility towards MSME sector, taking up their issues and problems, support services, or rather reduce the charges imposed on the MSME sector for availing any support services from the banks. So these are issues I have taken. Now for the medium-sized industry, how they will survive, how they will come out with a good potential or the profitability business plan. So therefore, in 2008, I had took an initiative when Mr. C.B. Bhave was the chairman of the SEBI. When he took a charge as a chairman, immediately I approached him, and because since I know him very well from Maharashtra Gather, so I approached him and I requested him that we should start a SME stock exchange. So therefore, the SME stock exchange brought by SEBI in 2011. So alternative financial system created for the medium size or the higher level small size company to enter in capital market, and they can create some capital for their business growth, expansion, and diversification of their business activity. So SME stock exchange is one of the alternative finance solution and a platform where MSME, those are across 25 crore, 30 crore turnover, they can list there, they can enjoy the creating a lot of capital for their business.
Right. This is really amazing, sir. In fact, it was a little bit of an eye-opener even for me also. One thing you mentioned, two significant things I could catch from what you said now. One is that collateral-free funding for SMEs up to 2 crores is available, and that's not only for manufacturing but for other sectors also. I'm sure entrepreneurs and SME owners would be aware of this, and they are taking help and taking advantage of this. The other thing is that you have been instrumental, and it's really significant that the SME exchange, right, commodity exchange has been set up in the when along with the RBI and SIDBI basically. So I think these are excellent initiatives, and the upcoming SMEs and entrepreneurs, startups, they can utilize. So I'm sure the audience who see this can also take and then take help of SME Chamber from this. My next question, sir, Mr. Salunke, is how do you see the future of the MSME sector in India? What should the small business and entrepreneurs do in order to scale their business? What is their future?
Let me tell you very straightforward and very confidentially. Because why I'm confidentially say that everybody from the different sector that look at the SMEs as they don't have a faith on SMEs.
Right.
Okay. But when I met the Honorable Prime Minister 2019, he spent 3 hours with us to understand the background of SMEs, the hurdles of SMEs, and the issues of the SMEs.
Okay.
And he has also suggested to provide a solution, some suggestions, recommendations, where SME sector can grow SME sector can face the challenges, and SME sector can take a front seat for the economic growth of Indian economy, and SME sector can enhance their capacity to produce the new jobs,
Right.
create the new jobs. So therefore, Honorable Prime Minister given a very interesting confidence amongst us that day, and that he said that whenever any issue, problem, or any some pandemic type will happen, I will take care of the that SME sector will survive in that. And you have seen the first initiative taken by the Honorable Prime Minister after the lockdown announced to announce the stimulus package up to rupees 3 lakh crore, which is one of the key support for the MSME sector to survive in that pandemic.
Okay.
Second thing, look at China. Look at China, Korea, Japan, or European countries. They
Right.
are depend 95% on the MSME sector.
Absolutely.
And
Their
India-
MSME sector is very strong. You're right,
Strong,
actually. Yes.
yes. And MSME sector is very strong, and therefore so many countries are in forefront for setting up small business or supporting their entrepreneurs to start their business in various. Now the point is how we can support MSME sector to go further. They like set up the new business, expansion, diversification. See, there is one trend in our Indian SME sector, Indian entrepreneurs. The trend is that when they start any particular business, if they are not making profitability, then they have a lot of issues. The issues is that they face a problem to get funding, they get problem for market, they set up, they have a problem for identifying the advanced technology, they face a problem for joint venture technology transfer. But this is not applicable to all 100% MSMEs. More than 45 to 50% MSMEs are very strong in their manufacturing, strong in business management, strong in good governance, and strong in business ethics.
Right.
If you look at the joint venture, technology transfer, or connectivity with any foreign company, if you visit their factory, you will see the factory is like a state of art, equal to the foreign companies. But only thing is that connectivity is a bigger issue. Finding a right partner for right business, finding a right technology for a right productivity, that is the most important. There is a gap. To bring that gap, to remove the gap or the hurdles, the SME environment is playing very important. We have more than at least 72 countries connectivity. We have represent 72 people.
So, sir, I think the last you mentioned was very notable because you have taken the initiative, and as you said in 2019, you met the Honorable Prime Minister, and government is taking a very favorable view of supporting MSMEs, and a lot of steps are being taken. That's really significant. And before I come to you, sir, for your final remarks, there is one interesting question which we can see from one of the viewers. So what Mr. Bansal is asking, I'm in a corporate job, but I aspire to be an entrepreneur. I do not have the risk capacity to leave my job and get into something new totally. How can I become a part of a good initiative like the SME Chamber of India in part-time capacity while continuing with my job? This is a question what Bansal has got. So,
okay.
over to you, sir.
Mr. Bansal, thank you for showing interest. Rather, I want to suggest you that if you have some expertise, particular expertise in your or a skill, according to your knowledge, education, or experience working with a company, you can associate with the companies in a similar pattern, in a similar sector, and start giving value addition support or advisory support to them, so that you will understand the growth hurdles and the future of that company. So slowly, once you will understand that how the company is growing, how the company is facing problem, so ultimately you will get experience from that, and then you can start your own business. Don't take risk for leaving the job now, but while working in any particular company, you can give your advice, your suggestions, or part-time or the assignment basis work with the SME sector. In India, there are plenty of self-employed or plenty of trading businesses started by many people. They are not a manufacturers. What you can do, you can associate with the manufacturer either you are a trader, either you are exporter, either you are buyer, either you are supplier, or any type of business if you want to do, you can associate with the concerned industry. Then you will be able to understand the, or you can take experience 1 or 2 years, then you start your business. Sometimes, that business will not flourish. You can associate with other business. So taking a risk, first of all, to losing your job, don't take that risk. First, you understand the sector, understand the business activity, then you can go ahead further. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, sir. We have one more question. We have time for one more question. Mr. Gopinath Rao is asking, sir, in the present pandemic, SMEs are in bad shape and totally disturbed. What action or remedial measures expect from the associations?
We have supported many essential product manufacturing companies to restart their business by inviting their migrant labor, supplying them raw material, connecting to the bankers. If they require any particular funding support, we have encouraged bankers to support them, and so especially come in the supply chain management system. That was a effort done by my chamber. Another very interesting point we have done regularly from last April onwards till now, around 5 times we had an interaction with the RBI governor on the monetary policy review purpose. Second, enhancement of the banking credit to MSME sector. Therefore, yesterday we had a very good interactions meeting with the IBA chairman, Indian Banks Association chairman, who is a MD of Union Bank of India. 3 months ago, we had an interaction with the SBI chairman, because bankers are playing a very important role during this pandemic, because they are providing the financial fuel. Also, we had an interaction with the finance minister, commerce minister, minister of MSME, secretary of MSME, and we are trying to bring the outer various support services for the SME sector. Now, what is the role of my chamber at present? If we have a product and if you are looking advanced market, new market, emerging market, we can support you. If you have a quality product, competitiveness is there, if the price is good, I can support you to find a new market in a global market. If you are facing problem to identify technology, we can support you to identify affordable, advanced, and patented technology. If you are looking for particular joint venture technology transfer, as I said earlier, those companies are having the full capacity to showcase the world market that I am ready for a joint venture technology transfer. I am having my industrial zone, industrial business where I can do a lot of things. There is a point where we can support. But here, companies should come ahead with a proper proposal. How you go to the doctor, you show your some problems with the doctor diagnosis. Similarly, we are the not a health checkup center, but we are a wealth checkup center, business checkup center, where we can provide you support.
Right. Absolutely. So I hope the viewers have found the advice and the directions very useful. And I think the most important thing, sir, you are connected and you are engaging with all the key stakeholders, like the ministries, like the government and the RBI, the banks, the IBA. So I think that's really significant, and there's a lot of effort and support that SME Chamber of India and you are providing. This is really significant. So, well, we have almost come to the end of the session, running out of time also, sir. So, can we ask for your final remarks, which can be the takeaways for the viewers, and so what are your final thoughts on this whole idea of growth for MSME, sir?
Since our theme was particularly to how we can support the young MSMEs, I want to give 2 messages for the MSME and startups and young entrepreneurs.
Right.
Those startups or young entrepreneurs are looking to explore new business opportunity. They can start thinking about how they can provide their value addition services or the services to MSME sector and manufacturing industry. Because manufacturing industry and some service sector will be long life businesses where you can explore your business activity. You can make good money from them, because most of the companies are in India, MSME sector, they are not fully advanced with the technology. They are looking advanced technology, business solutions, smart business solutions, or unique ideas, unique support services, guidance, or advisory services where they can put efforts to enhance their productivity, quality productivity, and the best services for their potential customers. Another very interesting point I want to suggest the MSME sector that don't worry. This pandemic is not going to kill you. If you want to survive, so you have to revive your business. If you want to revive, contact us. If you want to revive, contact the other stakeholders where they are going to give you support. Most importantly, once you revive, I'm sure that when you go for a performance, you need a hand-holding, you need a support, you need a guidance from the MSME sector. And therefore, SME Chamber of India, SME Startups, Startups Council of India, even Federation of Indian SME Association will be with you for giving you education, knowledge, hand-holding, support, and mostly situation, a difficult situation, SME Chamber of India will stand behind you to give a hand-holding for better and sustainable business growth. I suggest all the MSMEs try to continue business, try to diversify business, try to transform your business for better business growth and for to making India as a $5 trillion economy, to accomplish the dream project of our Prime Minister. Even though I suggest the manufacturing industry make such factories that we should compete with the Chinese market and global market. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, sir. I think this whole session was very informative, very useful, and with your rich experience and your involvement and over 3 decades of involvement and persistent activity and all that, I'm sure that will also help give the guidance. And we encourage the users and entrepreneurs and SME owners to reach out to Mr. Salunke and the organizations and take the necessary support. Thanks so much for your time today, sir. And
I would like to add that those entrepreneurs like Mr. Bansal, they are looking to contribute for the MSME sector perspective or benefit of they can send some suggestions, or even entrepreneurs can send suggestions to us that we can take up to the Prime Minister, to any stakeholder, any policymakers. Send your suggestions or issues on the email that president@smechamber.com, where I can elaborate, when I can take up that issues and suggestions to the concerned authorities for not only just for appropriate action, but a rehearsal for the long time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time once again, sir. We look forward to be in touch with you and take your services in the future also. Thank you once again, and our pleasure.
Thank you TCS ION for inviting me and to giving platform to sharing my thoughts. And I hope that all the best for your future programs. And whenever you have any programs that you share with us, we will circulate amongst our members for their knowledge. Thank you very much and all the best. Thanks Rahul for inviting me.
Thank you, sir. Our pleasure.